Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. Today's video is going to be a real-time plan with me on the week of September the 9th through the 15th. As you can see, I still have not done this project life. Hopefully by the time this video is up, I have actually done it. But I'm leaving it on my desk as a consistent reminder that I need to do it. But this week we're going to use the Date to Night Coffee Monster Co kit. So this was released with the birthday items in August, and I have been itching to do a spread with it. I did get the Robert Oster inks. However, at the time of filming, I do not have my fountain pen yet. And I think I'm gonna be able to make it work with just really gorgeous inks that I already have. So we're actually gonna play with some inks that I have been meaning to use for quite some time. Sorry, there's also my September kit in there. So I have got all kind of fun banners and things. So the very first thing that I want to do is get my washi down. So why are they the same size? What the heck? Oh, because I think she makes it long enough for, does she? Yeah, so she makes it long enough for the top and the bottom. So actually what I want to do is rip this. I've done this before and I do quite enjoy it. And the look of it, oh, this is getting a little crazy though. It's actually pretty easy to do. I'm just a little nervous as we get to the end. Okay. And do I want it to go all the way over down here, but not at the top? Is the million-dollar question. It's a little bit over, but that's okay. And then actually, this is what I want to do. And then where is my handy dandy ruler? So if that falls, okay, I really thought that was gonna fall. Okay, and there's already cat hair on stuff. Like, how is that even a thing? I like this idea. That's so cute. Okay, that worked out way better than I thought it was going to, full disclosure. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side. And then I am challenging myself to use this kit like first whenever like I get started for the day. So wish me luck. I'm the worst with kits, truly, and quite honestly, like I have so many that now granted, I mean, kudos to me for, you know, stretching a kit. I'm here for it. But oftentimes I will say I'm in a theme something, and you're more than welcome to go through videos on my channel where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this kit this week. And then I literally use like 2 things from the kit. I do admittedly think these kits are becoming more and more versatile, and she is really doing a bang up job. Like, not that she wasn't before, but I just feel like I'm planning more in that style, maybe is the thing too, or enjoying the structure. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is perfection. So I'm really trying to decide if I want to do a habit tracker first or use the Monday through Thursday, or Monday through Saturday, Sunday. Wow, I can't use words. think I really like this for like a content and like a plan. So I think what I'm gonna do is put this down here, and I'm gonna fill it in later today, but like I want to challenge myself to, yeah, because I'd have like 2 lines per thing. And I considered using this as like a habit tracker, like for I need to get more of the tiny icons, but like for working out, for reading, for water, logging my meals, whatever that may be. But I feel like I've been doing really, really well with that actually, but I think I'm gonna use this for like a content item and a cleaning item to get done every day or something like that. So I think I'm gonna leave that down there. And then make a habit tracker up towards the top and leave some space in between for like some like to-dos. Like I can put one of these little cute icons in there. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I need to find, my tiny icons are very spread apart, unfortunately, and I've got to fix that for sure. So we're gonna use those. We're gonna use this, and we are gonna use the workout tiny icons. So these are the things. I really want to get ones for like other activities at this point too. Okay, so this is the pack I really think I want to use. I really think I want to use this pretty purple, even though I'm really drawn to the blue as well. Let's do, my mom gave me these. These are 0.7. That's why I'm like really discouraged to use it. Like part of me wants to do like an AM color and a PM color. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swatch these and we're gonna see if any of these are viable for this. It's very blue. I don't need that whole thing flapping about. Obviously we're not using this one, but I just want to see what the color is. This is the one I really want to use, is this purple. Okay, that was like way softer than I imagined. I mean, black is black, y'all. And then I like that one too. Okay, so yay for being like anal as all get out. I feel like this one's not gonna show up, but it's really nice and soft. And then I had thought of this being the one. Can I use both, or is that just gonna be? I don't know, like as bad as I want to color, I really don't want to like distract from how absolutely gorgeous this is. So I think, and that's really harsh. But I like that yellow too. And I'm not sold on the blue. I think this is just too bold. Okay. Make a life choice, ma'am. I want to see this one. I think I want to go with the gray. It's just soft and simple. Either that or just my plain Uniball. And I just noticed that this is like, we're at the back, so things are starting to get a little crazy bumpy back here. Okay, so we're just gonna use my very classic go-to Uniball Signo DX, because even though it's black, it's not as serious of a point. So I need to do habits. Okay, and I want to make sure I am doing my daily journal page so I don't get even more behind than I already am. I want to make sure I am logging my meals, which is what this is going to mean. I am just trying to be a tad healthier these days, and just not eating so very much junk. Like, at least if I'm gonna eat it, I'm trying to just like moderate the intake of it a touch. And then working out, it's been working pretty well. Like, I've always found that like calorie counting systems tend to just work for me a bit better than other things. Okay, and then what does it feel like I could add? Like, I'm doing something. Okay, no. Maybe I put it, oh, I did put it a little farther over than I typically would have. That is perfectly fine. I think that kind of gives me some room to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I have a little bit of room here to write in just like if a happy moment things, special packages, anything like that. Actually, I know for a fact that I'm going to be getting a few fun packages this week, so that actually might be a really fun thing. I'm gonna use this area again down here at the bottom. I'm gonna use it while I'm at work today to plan out I think it'll be a good place for me to plan out, like I said, maybe content that I need to film or work on, like making sure we get rid of the spread back here, or anything like that. I've got a few events this week as well that I want to write in. So yeah, all right, let's look at the kit and see what we can use. I did not sleep super great. I'll use these on Wednesday. I think the little cleaning last can come in very handy. And the countdown, I definitely want to use this week a little bit. I think that could be really, really fun. Let's do, I'm actually not going to use a sticker up there. Spoiler. Okay, so what I want to do is put a slash through the bathroom because I have been cleaning it and I would like to finish it whenever I get back. I'm also going to write in laundry. I'll be doing it later this evening. I think as well, I don't know that I'm going to be able to start a load before I leave for work, so I probably shouldn't have put that there, admittedly. But it's mostly going to be tidying, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a pencil board back here because we're starting to get a little thick. And then I'm going to do a little X to start the film. Actually, I did finish last week's Plan With Me. I need to edit and post. Just do a little arrow for that, and then I'm gonna do a slash for filming this week. Plan With Me. That's perfect. I kind of like the black. I'm glad I went with that because that was stressful. I'm going to use this super cute little work icon and take a look at my work to-do list for the day. It's going to be a lot of things that I actually just have been pushing along and along, I think. Got Jackson Bridges rubric. Free Aldenhoven. Shutter. I don't know if Canon is going to come back to me. Hopefully not. I don't believe so. Miller. And allocations. Tidy. Desk is another thing that I need to do. And then I do need to go on a Target run specifically this afternoon or this morning on my way into work, whichever is clever and whichever I honestly have time for at this point. So I definitely need to go to Target. I need to finish the bathroom, and I need to meal prep. Just putting this all together so that it's not just sitting there with a sticker. That is kind of gonna bother me, I think. But I really think that if I can just keep it to those things, I'll be doing quite well. I am gonna put in September dailies, a count of 3, and July dailies, also a count of 3. And I think that it's gonna be where I land for the day. That leaves me some room with whatever I'm watching, listening to, all of that jazz. I know there's some things coming up this weekend that I really want to mark down, but I actually don't have times on them yet. Where's my kit? Okay, I was like, where did the kit even go, ma'am? So I think this is a really good start for a Tuesday or for a Monday. I don't typically work out on Mondays, and especially with the fact that I need to come home and meal prep and clean, I'm probably not going to work out until Wednesday. But that is perfectly fine with me. So fantastic. All right, I'm gonna get cleaned up. I'm gonna turn this around so you're not looking at it upside down. So I'm so sorry about that. And that's where we're going to start for the day. We've got a little setup going. We've got a nice little to-do list riding. So I'm excited. All right, catch you guys later. Hello, it is Tuesday. So we are going to check off a little bit of Monday and plan for Tuesday, maybe even a little bit of Wednesday. All right, so I did not finish any laundry. I did get to edit and post, and then I'm just gonna close out the filming of this week. Tab, I did handle Jackson, not Rubric. Actually, that's a lie. I did handle Frialdenhoven. There's still some outstanding shenanigans with that, but I did all that I could. And then Shutter is gonna get moved to today. I did kind of tidy my desk. I didn't exactly meal prep. I cooked at dinner. I did do all of my September dailies. I didn't start anything for July. Did scan the receipts, but didn't log them. Okay, I decided for my like pre-planning thing that I wrote down like kind of one content thing and one cleaning thing for every single day. I did do my September dailies. I didn't handle the counter and sink in the bathroom, which is what I was referring to. I kind of got started that morning, but I didn't finish everything, so I'm not gonna mark it off. I didn't work out. I did log my meals though, and I did journal. So I'm gonna give myself little checks for that in the tracker. I am going to put in a water tracker bar down at the bottom. This is 553. Okay. And then I'm going to do bars with 491 for what I was watching and what I listened to, but I'm gonna let them dry. It's not quite the blue I probably would have preferred, but I think it'll go fine with the spread. All right, so the first thing I want to do is look at, I'm trying to make sure I look at the kit first and foremost, or kit items rather. I like all these like extra little doodles too. Maybe this little guy. This is definitely tomorrow. Don't need these quite yet. This is more daily. I like this smaller weekend banner though, and the to-do. And this little yellow guy. Okay, these are all that. These are all that. That's so descriptive, you know? Okay, we don't need that. Let's see what we've got. I also I like the little mail. I'm gonna do first sweet beans, think it's just, is it sweet bean plant? Yeah. Sweet bean, I added an S. Sweet bean plans. So it arrived. It's my first sweet beans plans order. I do have some samples of that washi, or that brand's washi. And then also my Glamnetics arrived, but I'm just gonna let the sweet beans highlight for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and mark off all my water. I did drink all my water yesterday, which is great. I think what I want to do is use I like this like AM PM vibe really. And I'm trying to like keep it in the bar so that I can try to use like some of these like bars because I never end up getting to use them. I'm sorry for the morning traffic in the background. I actually slept really well, so I feel really, really good today. I think I'm so indecisive this morning, even though I slept really well. There we go. Do you want to use, I'm actually going to use that tomorrow. That's why I'm indecisive. I'm trying to figure out what to use today and what to use tomorrow. Let's do film this week. Plan with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and mark that off because whatever I film today is whatever I film right now because I'm gonna be going to Jeff's after this. I'm going to put bathroom because it won't take me too long to finish up in there. Like the counter and sink area should be super simple. And the house is pretty tidy. Ow, I scratched myself. And then that'll probably be it for at home. Dishes. That's what I was like. So I'll just put tidy because there's some things I also want to put away. There we go. I'm like getting the hang of it now this morning. Okay. And then I want to do a to-do tab. I like this bright yellow. Okay, and then we are going to handle rubric, Shutter, Miller, and I think that might be all. Fallowfield and Belcher. I started Belcher yesterday. Fallowfield. And I'm going to handle Belcher. Okay, that should be all work related that I need to do. And then I can move on to kind of like a planning type of situation, hopefully. I do want to go ahead and add in a bar for listening because I'll be listening throughout the day for sure. But I feel like that's like a good place to stick it only because I'll be listening to it while I like work. That one might be a good one. Wow, I have a lot of spring planning. Gracious me. I did not expect that. I kind of like that this has like the same flower, and I definitely think I'll be able to use this. I don't know if I'll be able to use this later in the week actually, and I would need to use this one to clean it out. Let's do this. Okay, I just like that it matches her hair a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do that little boop there, and then I'm gonna do my September. I'm not gonna write dailies. Again, I really wanna encourage myself to stay in the bar. July 3. And what that means is I need to do 3 September dailies because I'm behind. I need to do 3 July dailies, again, behind. And then I do want to log expenses, but I'm just going to abbreviate that. And then I think I want to start working on October. But I don't know. I'm gonna go over just a smidge, it's okay. October setup. I think I want to start working on that today. I think I have the margin to work on that a little bit today. I don't know what we're doing this afternoon other than the fact that I am planning to drive to Jeffrey's right now. So I'm gonna leave that set up there. I definitely want to do a workout. Oh, gracious. I want to do my hourglass workout in the morning. I'm going to be oh no. That's why we have to pay attention. Okay. Rats. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be doing the full hourglass routine after I drive home, and I was trying to use this, the 491, to write down that I'd be listening to a podcast, but I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and then I will figure out a way to cover that up. In the meantime, I'm going to write down Chimp Crazy finale. I really could put like a mind blown sticker on there. If you've watched it, let me know. And then I'm gonna do Bridgerton podcast here and here. And then that's what I was gonna put there, but I need to kind of put something else. So I think this is where I'm gonna get creative and cover it for once. I kind of want like a AM PM checklist type of thing going on. What I want to do is cover up that little extra bit that's showing right there, because that's driving me crazy. Okay. Okay, so we've got the AM side. Okay, so I was gonna use a tiny icon, but I think because, well, now that that's there, I can't. Well, I could, hold on, just to be abundantly fair. I definitely could, so let's just do it. It's fine. We're getting sticker crazy this week. I am challenging myself to use more on these spreads, and that's what I need to do. And I don't mind it at all. I don't think anyway. Okay, so what I need to do is film this week plan with me. And then I also need to film week 6. I just don't want to drop down another line. That's just me trying to save a little bit of space since I took up a good bit. And then I also need to film HHN watch list because I want to use what I ordered from Sweet Beans. So it'll be kind of like an unboxing and like how to use up a page type of thing going on. So that's a good little film list. I don't know what work tasks I want to get done because I really don't know what's going to roll over. It'll probably be more with Shutter than anything, like finishing up that prep, but I don't actually know. And then I just want to use, you know what I just noticed? I love that this is kind of like a sunset and a night thing. That's nice. Like, I don't know. I'll put this in here just to bring, I feel like I don't have like those deeper colors in here yet. But yeah, I'll be focused on filming mostly, but I will have a few work things I want to put in there. So I'll leave space for that. And then I am going to be cleaning my bedroom, but I want to see what rolls over with work first. So I think that's where I'm going to pause for right now. And then I think that's it for right this moment. All right, guys, that is an update. Isn't this so much better whenever I'm not doing like a whole catch-up session situation? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But all right, I'm gonna get after it and I will check in with you guys on tomorrow. Okay, it is Thursday morning, so we're gonna do a little bit of a fill-in, and then I am going to head off to work. But first, I need to grab my trusty Tombow. Okay, so we can go ahead and make some swatches before we get too far in and they can dry. So I'm going to just watch in for that. I woke up so early this morning. Okay, so Tuesday, I did actually finish the bathroom and I did get to tidy the apartment a little bit. And then as far as Tuesday goes, I did not work on Rubric. I did work on Shutter. I did work on Miller, did work on Fallowfield, and worked on Belcher. I did finish my September 3. I started July. I did not log the expenses and I did not work on October setup. And then I went to Jeff's for healthy dinner. So I actually logged my meals and I did journal a good bit. Wednesday was my first workout day. I did log my meals and I did work on my journaling a little bit yesterday. So there's that. Then I am gonna make sure I'm in frame. I zoomed in a little bit because I realized that sometimes I just film a little bit further back than I would like. Obviously, sound off in the comments if I need to adjust. I'm always looking for feedback. I am marking in that I have drank all my water. So proud of myself these days. And then I did do a full hourglass workout yesterday. I did not film my plan with me. I did work on week 6 PL, and I did not do my HHN watch list. I actually did that this morning. And then from a work perspective, what I did, I checked on Belcher. Still not updated, unfortunately. I worked on fallow field, and I officially get to close out the rubric activity that's been hanging out for a while, and I did not work on Shutter. That'll be more of a today project. I did watch an episode of Snowpiercer, or finish it rather, and then I started watching what I'm gonna document here. I had like a really lazy day yesterday, and it was really nice. I'm not gonna lie at all. Like, it actually was very nice to have a lazy day. So while those are drying, I'm going to look for some stickers, and we're gonna pop some things in all over the place. So, like I said, I'm trying to go to the kit first and foremost. I think that that's kind of a crucial situation. I do need to find like a day off sticker. It might be in here. Can we use this pink? Would it be weird? Or should I find like a kit that has like a blue? I really would like to find a better color, but it is also payday, so we're gonna do all of those things. So for evening, I'm gonna do this banner. And it's just kind of like a memory keep situation. I saw 2 deer. They walk pretty close to the house. So that's just kind of a little bit about the evening. I didn't do anything. I did have a mind-blowing freak out situation. I don't know how I did this because I'm usually pretty, being a planner babe, I quite often don't mess something up that bad, but I basically messed up when I thought my checks were coming, which is absolutely terrifying right now because I am approaching my trip and just screwed up massively, and so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Just funds and things like that. I want to, it's gonna be a rainy day on Friday, I think. But I want to put a little banner for that to do lunch with Angie and some hearts because that is at noon. And then I want do I need a bigger block for this? I act like I don't have all these other stickers too. We're going everywhere here. Which one do I like? I think I'm gonna use this one. Because it will probably take up a good bit of the day. I'm sorry if I just knocked the camera with my head. Okay. Look at me like using a kit and all of this. Like, I can't, y'all. I'm so proud. I use like 5 pieces and get excited. Like, this is absurdities. Okay, so I'm not using really the doodles, quite honestly. I like this to do, and I might use it on Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna set that to the side. I like that this is just like kind of matching this vibe right there. Okay, so I've got that weekend banner, and I feel like there's another one. There's the moon. I will probably use this one because it matches that whole thing. This one might be good if I'm doing the just the sunset washi. That would be really nice. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna fill in some more stuff. So Jeff and I are continuing to watch The Terror. It is an AMC show. Yesterday I watched an episode of Snowpiercer and started Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and continued that today. I have been listening to Bridgerton podcast both of these days. I'm gonna opt to put this down a little bit lower, like from a working perspective. I do want a filming sticker because there is a good bit to film today. This is gonna be fun. I already struggle with these washi stickers, so let's watch me struggle even further. Okay, so I did film Sweet Plan and watch list. This is me filming this week. Plan with me. That looks like a P, not a D, but tidy apartment. And then we're gonna do a work sticker. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna be doing this afternoon because it's really gonna depend on if Jeff is coming over or not. But I do think that I'm gonna get some fun packages today. I kind of like this little paperwork dude, and I like the spreadsheet. I don't want to do the office thing. A lot of phone calls have been completed at this point, so I think I'm just like kind of in a paperwork vibe. And of course, my Retail locked out, so I can't consult it, so I'm gonna give that a hot minute. And there's just a good bit of stuff that I like want to wrap up before I head out for the weekend, because I actually have tomorrow off, like I said. So I'm gonna do this because I feel like it's a good bit of paperwork. So I've got Belcher, Faglione is coming to sign some stuff. I do have a little bit more fallow field quickness to do. I'm gonna give Zwicky to Sarah. I do want to work on Shutter's prep a little bit more today. I think we might be there. Connie Reed, that's who I've got to do as well. So Reed. Okay, and that is that. I just left that uncapped. It's so irresponsible. So I'm gonna put Bridgerton podcast. I'm now at the point in the podcast that is talking about Queen Charlotte. So I'm kind of jazzed about that. Like I said, tomorrow is my day off and it's also my payday. So I'm gonna be doing that. I do know, as far as some planner things go, that I need a little planner sticker or something in that vein, because I'll probably be working on some of those pages today. I might leave this like little creative one for tomorrow. I think I need to order a new sheet of the Hobonichi ones. I think that's actually perfect for today, especially if everything kind of goes to plan. But I'm gonna put this one, or do I have a pencil? I feel like I do. I do. Oh yeah, because it's right there too. Oh, here we go with the nails. I actually want to put a little note. Okay. Glam Netics Day 1. And Jem is calling me. So I will call her right back. And then I'm gonna do September dailies. I have kept up pretty well, but I think I have just like a little bit that I need to do with that. So I'm just gonna write September dailies. Like there's no count that I need to do. And then I'll do July 3. And I've actually already done a July page today, so that's super fun. And then I could, I don't know, let me do log expenses. And I already did start doing some October setup this morning, so I'm gonna leave it there for that. And this leaves room for me to, dependent on the mail, how packages come, that should allow me to put a few things in. Just putting in Bridgerton podcast. And then I also want to put in a treadmill sticker. I'm going to be doing some cardio. I don't think I have anything else on here that's like what is the word I'm looking for? I haven't been using any stickers from other brands, is what I was going to say. So I would feel really weird like at the 11th hour using one now. So just gonna pop it in right there. I do a modified 12-3-30, so I'm gonna leave room for me to like clarify how that works out, like, because it depends every single time, obviously. And one big factor in that is just kind of like how I feel by the time I get to the treadmill, but also like I really let the run lead me, or not run because it's walking, but I really let it lead me. So if I'm like, okay, I'm actually feeling really good, I want to, you know, stay at the highest incline a little bit longer than I do. So I just kind of want to see how that's going to go. Let me look through. The October day off is actually a really good one, and I'm not going to get a day off in October, but I feel like it's got that like sunset vibe. And this is also the last day off of the year. That is like last off for 2024, because I know this sounds bad. I'm using my October one in conjunction with my vacation, so I'm not counting, like, it is a day off, not negating that. It's just not like packaged the same. I hope that makes sense. So this is like this is the last one for the year that is genuinely, truly not, you know, roped into a vacation of some type, what have you. And I'm going to go ahead and put this October one in here so that I can use it later today for planning. But that is where we are at, and I am zoomed in way too much now. There we go. Sorry. All right, that is where I'm going to leave you guys, and I will pop back on probably tomorrow morning, and we'll flesh out kind of what's going on in the early part of the day, or fill in from here, because I might film some more this afternoon. I might tidy. It just really depends on if Jeffrey's coming over or not. But I'm gonna wrap this up and head to work. Bye. Okay, so it is Saturday morning, so we've got a little bit to fill in to get going for the week, so, or the rest of the week, I guess. Hello again. It is Saturday morning, and we are going to do a little bit of a catch up and some planning. So one thing I want to call out is shame on y'all for not stopping me for putting this where I couldn't check things off. Very sad. Ironically, I was not able to really journal much yesterday. Like, I kind of caught up on September pages, but I don't know. I did kind of do it. So, like, I spent time journaling. Did I spend as much time as I would like to qualify? Probably not. So I'm just not. I am going to mark down that I did my meals. I did not work out. I would really love to work out today, but I am really trying to combat my creative ADHD side, which tells me, oh, you have time to like vacuum and work out and journal and piddle around and scroll your phone and all the things in like 3 hours. I'm like, no, ma'am, you actually don't. So I am not trying to set myself up for failure today. I'm also at the part in my cycle where I'm kind of not, like, my form is not great. I'm really not like in a workout headspace. Like, I would be good to go get on the treadmill probably, but like lifting weights and stuff I'd be a little bit concerned about. So I'm just gonna skip the workout for today and then try again tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. As far as Thursday goes, I did not log my expenses. And I did my modified 12-3-30. I actually stayed at the incline of 12 for 10 minutes. Did I say that right? 10 minutes. is what I meant to say. So whatever I said. My next goal is to get to 15. So the original, I think I've described this before, but if you're new, so 12-3-30 is where you are at an incline of 12, a pace of 3 for 30 minutes. I have tried it that way. It is hard. It is so hard. For me anyway. To me, it's not a breath situation as much as it is, I'm just putting in my, my watching situations. But for me, it's my breath will give out because I definitely have, I'm not going to say like asthma, but I have sinus issues, which cause me to just struggle a bit. I did sleep in a little bit this morning, so I kind of want a sleep in style sticker. I think this purple one would look really nice. And I'm really trying to get through these lazy day ones, even though this is a little bit more accurate, if I'm being honest. And we'll probably sleep in a little bit tomorrow too. But I actually slept in until 7, which is a rare occurrence. I got up at 4:30-ish, and then I was like, nope, we're going back to bed. Which was funny because I basically fell back into the same dream and completed an argument, which was weird. But yeah, so I'm working towards this, and I've actually been doing a lot better. I've even been noticing like in my day-to-day that this workout has really been helping. Like Jeff's driveway is like an uphill situation. So I caught myself like not stopping to catch my breath. I finished Lord of the Rings, Return of the King yesterday morning. I am gonna also put in a little banner. That's what I want to do. Slept in until 7 a.m. And then I'm gonna put I'm gonna abbreviate it for Rings of Power episode 2. Then I really didn't do anything else the rest of the day. I really didn't I crashed pretty hard after my cardio. I did drink all my water. And I think that was really it. It was just kind of a long day. Okay. And then continuing with using my little icons. Okay. Oh, I know what happened this afternoon. Okay. Film. My JetPens order came, and then from there, I really just needed to tidy the apartment and get ready to go to lunch. I'm gonna put laundry because I did do the bedding. Then I had lunch with Angie, which meant that I had to drive out there, which was like an hour drive yesterday, which was really strange, and an hour drive back. And then I needed to go to Target. I did finish all the laundry actually, so I get to put that down. I didn't tidy the apartment quite as much as I would have liked to. I was gonna go to Sprouts, but I decided to push it because I originally had plans to go with Jeffrey out on date night, and he wasn't feeling well. That was for starters. Thing number 2 was the TV that he had to pick up did not fit in his the back of his truck. It fit in the bed, But because of that, he was not going to be able, like, and it's been cloudy and kind of misty here, not like full on rain, but I probably drank 9 glasses of water, but we're going to stop at 8. I'm doing baller at my, I don't even say that. Why did I say that? I'm doing really well at water this week, which if you guys have hung out for a while, then you know drinking water is absolutely not my strength. I'm trying not to like tilt this all over the place. I'm really sorry. But I have to write that way. So all of that to say, I went to Target. I skipped Sprouts because I needed to get home. I needed to make sure my bag was packed and that, you know, Binks was in a good place for me to leave her for the night. And then, the restaurant that we were supposed to meet at was like 30 minutes. You guys don't need all this backstory, but I'm giving it to you anyway. I was kind of upset because it meant that he needed to take the TV all the way home, and the restaurant we were going to is like 40 minutes from his house. So he would have to drive all the way home, then drive all the way back. He really didn't want any other takeout. Like, I offered to like pick it up and take it to him. It just like, and it was kind of my fault that the plan like went awry because we were supposed to do all this Saturday after the party. And then I was like, hey, why don't we just do it on Friday? And then we'll go to my house on Saturday because I wanted a little bit of time at home. And all of this to say, it just went effing left. And that was enough to just like take me out of the game for the rest of the day. So I just had like a very chill evening and decided to just watch TV. And oh, these are like a different texture. They're almost like glossy. Glossy. I love that it's kind of like close to Tanner's birthday party. I'm sorry, Tan. But that's where we're at. Why is this being difficult? It's my nails that are being difficult. I'm just blaming. So I've got these Sweet Bean plans, these like scary icons. I'm definitely using the Friday the 13th because it was Friday the 13th, but I actually watched Freaky and I hadn't seen it before, and it's from Blumhouse, and there are there is the Blissfield Butcher in one of the scare zones. So I made a few bracelets based off that movie, which was kind of fun to do, and finished that. Why do I feel like I didn't really do anything else? Oh, I paid some bills. That was good. I didn't vacuum, which I had planned to do, and I really didn't finish anything else. I just was not, I don't know. I was just like not in it after that. After the whole like fruit basket turnaround. Like I said, I don't know. I just felt like some generalized responsibility because the plan was set and then I just like went left with it. I definitely had to pay the power yesterday. I can just do this where I paid all the bills. I don't use, it's hard for me to say like what to do about these water icons because my water is like included. Maybe I'll just save them for one of these days where I'm like actually paying it. I don't know, or try to gift them to others. I'm gonna do I paid all the bills that I need to for now, and then I did do a little bit of budgeting, and then that was kind of it. I'm gonna put another bar. Like I said, I really I was not into it. I'm just gonna put that as the ender. I'm not gonna try to like fabricate like this whole like September situation. Not September, but like all my dailies. Like I have like a schedule that I've made, like a content schedule that I've made where it's like, okay, you need to do this many from this section, this many from this section. Like how I broke it down right here where it's like September dailies, July dailies, week 6. Like there's certain markers I'm trying to hit. And I'm like goaling myself very, very high, admittedly. But Rings of Power, Season 1, Ep 1. And then this was Rings of Power, Season 1, Ep 2. I'm gonna do a little filmy icon. I don't know why I put them away. I love how many are on this sheet. Like I don't have anxiety about using them. I definitely want to get some more tiny icons because I think honestly I just like the minimalist style of them. She seems a little off, but she's not coming up, so we're just gonna leave her there. Okay, I'm gonna do film. Plan with me. And I need to leave for this party about 11. So I think I want to vacuum, tidy apartment, hit sprouts, and then I've kind of got like just a little bit of space here. Like it's at 11, or the party is at 1, so I actually need to leave at noon. 9, 10, 11. So I've got 3 hours before I need to wrap gifts. And then I've got like space to write one more little thing that isn't like hella time consuming and in that bracket. I could take all the recycling. So we're just gonna write recycling. Hi, bae. That's funny. And then underneath Tanner's birthday party, I'm actually not going to write anything beyond this point. Like I knew this was going to be a little bit more of a catch up and less of a plan with me because y'all, I really don't know what's going on like at all. So what I would like to say is going to happen is that Jeff and I are going to go to dinner. I don't know if that's actually what it's going to be or if I'm going to come home and be able to keep working on stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any planning stuff done. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm really like in the dark on most of this. So we're just going to find out and I'll catch back up with you guys Sunday evening whenever I am home, and unless I come home this afternoon, and we can just go from there. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. All right, it is officially Sunday and we are gonna wrap up this spread. So the first thing that I would like to do is check off a few of the things from Saturday morning that I did get to. You guys, my vacuum was messed up. I had sucked up. Do I have one that's near me? Not this pen, but my Pilot G2s in 0.38. Not that the 0.38 part matters, but I had sucked one of these up in my vacuum, had no idea, and I wondered why it was like acting weird. And like, just in case everybody's wondering, because I'm not like a complete idiot, I was using like the handheld like attachment thing, but I didn't have like an attachment on it. It was just like the circular thing. And I had been cleaning out a craft bag, so I had no idea it sucked it up in there. And I was like, why is this thing acting so weird? So yeah, ta-da, that's where we're at. I did give the apartment a good tidy. I did get the vacuum fixed. I basically had to pull all the fluff out because it was like compacted in there pretty good. Pulled all the fluff out. That was how I noticed that there was a problem. Like the fluff wasn't going from the hose into like the, I don't know, the container. Yeah, hot mess. Fixed it, totally fine. Took way too much time. Sprouts, and I wrapped the gifts obviously and recycled. I had a really successful morning. I'm really glad I did not work out because there's no fucking way I would have been able to. I think we went and we ate dinner around 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do to like here. I don't really want to write any notes or anything in here. Y'all, he was the cutest little thing in the whole world. Tanner had his first birthday party. It was fucking adorable. I loved every minute of it. He is giving everyone baby fever. You'll be able to see him whenever I eventually get to some flip throughs. I think he was in my July flip through. Let me see. Was he in July or June? I think it was like June. It was towards the end of the month. There he is. So if you saw this flip through, that is little baby Tanner. Oh my God, he's the cutest thing in the whole world. Oh my gosh. I am like a gushy auntie and I'm living for it. Okay, so we're gonna go through all of these nonsensical stickers so that I can find a date night sticker. It was super yummy. We went to, so there was a whole big kerfuffle, like, and I messed this up royally. I cannot talk and write at the same time. Dinner at 10 plate. And then we watched a scary movie. We watched 28 Days Later. So I'll let that sit for a minute, use my water tracker, and describe what happened. So I might have already done this in the video a little bit. So the original plan was for Jeff and I to go to dinner Saturday after the party, which is what we did end up doing. However, I really just like messed up because I had this like epiphany moment. I was like, hold on, why don't we go on Friday night instead? Unfortunately, the TV, and I think I have talked about this because I described this in this clip, why I filled in everything. But basically the TV didn't fit. So he had to go all the way home where he would have had to backtrack. So it made more sense for us to go Saturday. And it was totally fine. It all worked out. There's like no complaints to be had, but it was just like, not I don't think it was like, what kind of handwriting is this, y'all? We watched 28 Days Later, and that is terrible handwriting, so I am so sorry. But we had a lovely date night. We got home at a fairly decent hour. Dinner was fantastic. Absolutely no complaints. I really felt like we both could have been better at planning and sticking to a plan, and it just every which way went kind of wrong. Like, I wish that we had just thought through things a little bit more, because I also have to like, I was kind of sad and I didn't want to leave on Sunday and come home, but I needed to so I could feed Binks, and it didn't make sense for me to turn around and go back out there. And so I feel like I've gotten to a point where I've been able to get ahead on some things, and I kind of am not used to that. Like, I'm kind of just used to like a consistent state of like being behind or chaos. And so I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And part of me wants to rest, and part of me is like, no, use this wisely and get even farther ahead. So it's just a weird situation. I don't know how to describe it any other way. Like, I just really have not, like, it's been hard for us being so far apart, and we're not really getting as much time as we would like, and that's just frustrating. And we were just having a frustrating time this weekend, I think. I think the relaxed part might be later today. I don't know why I pulled this out. I think I was just like looking. We didn't really sleep in. We drank coffee. The deer were out. Deer in front yard. So a doe and her 2 babies were out front, and it was weird. Like, I was laying in bed and I was like, I feel like the deer are out there, and I didn't say anything, and I could tell whenever I had like walked into the closet that, because there's a window in there, I was like, I think there's deer outside. And so by the time I walked into the bedroom and like turned the blinds, I could see that the 2 babies were like bedded down, and then the mom was like up closer to the house grazing. And I saw more deer before I even left. They are finally moving because it's been cloudy and rainy and fall weather, and they are happy to be moving around. So we just drank coffee and did some meal planning. Jeff messed with his arrows. I really just enjoyed my coffee, and it was very like calm. I did a little bit of mental budgeting, but I really don't think that translated. I don't know why I felt like my handwriting is super weird this morning, but it is. Another thing was I was listening to my Bridgerton podcast on this day. I was listening to it here too, but I feel like I was on the phone more than anything. I'm going to put Bridgerton. It's actually the part that's Queen Charlotte at this stage, so I will let that dry. I'm not going to worry about this. I don't know why I pulled that out. I really need to go through all of my extra Coffee Monster Co. goodies, because I feel like there's a lot of TCNC little stickers I could pull off of here. Admittedly, I have felt very like low battery today, and I don't know why. Okay, so I came home kind of like mid-morning-ish, and I've kind of unpacked. The dishes are done. I would really like to do a load of laundry. And I feel like there's some things that I never really got to this weekend that I'd like to before the week is out. I might try to handle a couple like bedroom things, like dusting and just getting the bedroom in order. I think that's a good use of the time as far as cleaning goes. Some lunch. Watched an episode of Snowpiercer. This is the final season. I'm gonna do 2 bars so I can write down the season and episode info. And then I want to get a journal sticker. Are we already in the journaling time? Like, did I use all the other ones? Or I could use the creativity one. I think that one's gonna be more better suited. All right, we'll use this little goober. For that, we're gonna, why am I making a slash mark? I have accomplished, okay, so film, this week, plan with me. I want to work on some July pages, some May pages, and then I might go ahead and work on some week 6 PL so that I can film that soon. So that's all my creativity. I am not gonna use that TCMC. I'm gonna use a sad face. So I got home and I was so excited yesterday at the party because I got this notification that was like, yay, packages. And like my shop app has been like kind of off lately, like the last few orders that I've had with some companies, and I was like, okay, like stuff is getting delivered, but saying that it's not. It's like the app was like lagging basically, and so I was like some type of way. But when I like looked up what each thing was, I was able to see that my pre-order had finally arrived. This is the June pre-order. I was so excited. This is like 2 weeks later than it came last year. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. Like, it gets here when it gets here, and I'm not worried about it. But I was so upset when I went to go get my mail and it wasn't there. You guys, I was just beside myself, completely beside myself. I'm trying to find cry face emoji, but all of my stuff is every freaking where, I feel like. Maybe, nope, I'm not using that one. Do I have one on this sheet that's left? There we go, okay. Without having to like start a whole new thing. But I am like, I wanna cry so bad because my Shein order was here, and like they put it in the freaking locker and everything, and I don't understand. I'll do it like this. Where is so, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mark in just 1 bottle of water. I'm struggling to get my water down today. And then we'll do a watching bar, and then I'll have like a coherent thought somewhere in here as I wrap up. I'm struggling today, guys. So basically I got home and checked my mailbox, and I had a key in there to open the like parcel locker, and it had my Shein order in it, but did not in fact have the Coffee Monster Co. pre-order. So I thought, okay, well maybe they put it in our clubhouse. No, they did not. I went through all of the packages 3 times actually, because I kept thinking like maybe I'm missing it, but absolutely not. Couldn't find it anywhere. And it's Sunday, so I can't call the post office and be like, hey you guys, what's going on? Did you guys put it in the wrong locker? What'd you do? Like, I don't know. And I'm frustrated because I feel like this keeps happening with Coffee Monster Co orders, which is why I had to quit doing the quarterly subscriptions like that weren't tracked, because you know, I love the team and everything, but they had to do like 2 reshipments of my snail mail. And I'm like, how is it that you guys cannot manage to like get it from the post office into my box? That is literally like, you guys, I could walk to my post office. I could walk. It's so annoying. And I get it, like it's just stickers, it's just washi, but when you're talking about like, I've literally been waiting on this package since June. And because I had everything lumped together, like I didn't get, you know, mine in pieces. I don't know. I get it that I'm probably whiny and I'm frustrated, and it's just it's very inconvenient, and it makes me feel like I can't order from them anymore because I don't know what's happening like with this. Why is it only like, I could understand if it was like other carriers or other things, but no, it's only Coffee Monster Co stuff that this happens to. So I don't know what is to be done. So there's that. This was season 4, episode 7. And then I'm gonna watch Rings of Power season 1, episode 3 while I work on these things and try to chill out. I didn't work out yesterday. I'm not gonna work out today, and I did log my meals, and I'm gonna do like a little, oh, that looks really bad. I was trying to just like do a little, it's okay, we're just gonna leave it. It's fine, it's not ideal, but that little X can signify that it's a part of that. As far as what I did or didn't do, September dailies I'm caught up on. I did the counters in the sink. I did the under sinks. I did part, because the week 6 is in 2 parts right now, like 2 spreads rather, and I did the first one, worked on some July dailies. I haven't dusted, like there's some things on here that I still need to get to. So I think I want to use the N89 Tombow, because it's just like a soft gray-ish color. I'll do September dailies. The counter and the sink got done. The under sinks got done. This part of week 6 got done. The vacuuming did get done. Okay, that's not like the worst case scenario. So I can work on some of these other things this afternoon as well, and probably pop those in there, like the bedroom. I can finish that. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys for this spread. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry we're ending on like a bummer note, and hopefully I will find my pre-order safe and sound and it's just in someone else's box, and we can just move through it. I feel like I did okay with the kit. There's definitely a lot of pieces that I could still use, obviously, but I do like, this was a good first go of stretching the day to night kit, or the sunrise to sunset kit, and you guys will totally see this again before the end of the year. But again, I'm really sorry that we're ending on a down note, but enjoy creating your own little wonderlands until the next time I see you, which will be very soon. Bye.